What's up, everyone? Welcome again to another episode of Just Keeping It Real with your girls Daisy and Trixie.
What's up? What's up?
And our boy Ricky.
How we doing today?
Hold on.
Ricky,
I'm good.
are you happy with who won the Super Bowl?
I'm just kind of glad that the game's over with. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you gotta give it to both teams though. They actually played pretty hard.
What did I tell you last time? I think it was gonna be a field goal. We was right.
Remember? Came down to field goal, huh?
It came down to, we said that it was a 3-point game and the Rams took it. I gotta say, that boy, wide receiver, MVP, Cooper Kupp, let me tell you, that white boy is a beast.
He came through, yes.
He is a beast. And congrats to him.
I mean, let's go ahead and say what everybody's thinking. He's sexy with it too.
And he's sexy with it too.
Sexy.
We are females.
Yes.
He's a beast and he's sexy. All I'm saying, his girlfriend was out there in the stands. I was like, girl, I'm not mad at you. He getting some tonight.
I'm not mad at you either, girlfriend.
I will say that. Look at Ricky.
I'm not mad at you
But
either.
I do gotta say this about the halftime show. I feel like it was like, hey, shorty, it's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday.
Now, Trisha, we all know what everybody's thinking, what everybody been saying, because I don't know about you, but a couple minutes after that halftime show, I started seeing a bunch of memes, a bunch of tweets about my poor boy, 50 Cent. Now, shout out to 50, because now he lives in the H-Town, and I get it.
Baby.
We do like to eat around here down south. But with that being said, y'all better quit hating on my man. That's my baby. Been my baby ever since his first song came out. I don't care what y'all say. Quit hating. Maybe he's comfortable. Hey, I know he got the dollar bills.
Hey,
so
I ain't gonna lie. When I saw him trying to recreate his video, he needed to stop. I'm sorry.
Upside down, I know.
Upside
it looked
down.
like the blood was rushing to his head and everything else.
And everything else. I gotta say
50,
this. I ain't hating 50.
Love you, 50.
Because everybody gains weight. Celebrities gain weight too. You get in shape, you get fit. I have
Shoot,
kids,
I gained some weight right now.
Hey, I said I have
I'm on
4
a diet, girl. It's time to get that summer body back.
Okay, I have 4 kids. I got it right in tight. Take old bitties. Let me tell you, I know how it is. Sugar big booties. We know how it is. So we ain't hating. Because like my pop said, he's laughing all the way to the bank. So 50, I ain't mad at you.
And that was a good surprise for me. Because I don't think I heard that he was coming on.
Yeah, I didn't hear that he was coming on either.
So let's talk about Mary J. Because I thought she was looking good in that piece and everything else.
Mary J.
She was shining like a disco ball, girl.
She was fine. And let me say, Mary, I love you.
Props.
Your dance skills, we already know that's not a thing for you, but you can sing and tear it up and look cute in your outfit. You did good. Mm-hmm. And my boy Eminem, damn, fine as hell.
We all know Eminem was lip singing.
But he still did good. But my son was excited to see Kendrick Lamar. My son, he's big into Kendrick Lamar, so he's like, Mom, he did so good. I like how the creativity with the boxes. And I was like, son.
And then when it looked down from the sky, you could see it looked like they were walking on the street in the neighborhood. Okay.
So my son was feeling that.
Not quite my number one pick of a rap artist, but I thought he did a damn good job. I liked all the bleached hair. Looked like there was a bunch of Cisco's with some suits on. Brought me back to thong.
I thought they were about to bust out of the thong. I was like, hold up. Some women about to bust out. But let's talk about Dr. Dre's intro with that piano.
Yes, let's. Okay.
That piano intro.
Didn't he do it? Oh, yeah. And let's talk, hold on, not just the music and the way that, let's talk about how he looked. Because I don't know about you, but Dr. Dre was looking healthy. He was looking sexy. Looked like he had a whole Superman abs thing going on underneath, unless he had a plate.
But I got to say this, why y'all hating on 50? They look the same. Him and Dre look about the same way. Don't be hating on 50 when they both look the same way.
Yeah, but let's be real. You could see the abs. You could see the 8-pack through his shirt.
Well, I mean,
looking good.
And then Dre had all them beats. So, you know what?
Let's talk about Snoop Dogg and how he was rocking that outfit. I don't know about y'all, but I love me a jogger suit, especially now. If we know Snoop, we know he's coming out in that blue.
You already know.
With the color of the LA Rams, I thought that was pretty cool. I liked it. And Eminem, well, baby, you my baby too. I don't know what to say.
Don't be hating on my Eminem. You could keep 50. I love me Emmy. Everybody knows
Eminem's my man.
Some white boy.
That's my white boy of the industry. But let's be real. I feel like the energy was missing. It looked like he forgot the words to his.
I think it was just Eminem being Eminem. He's just coming out there doing his thing.
I don't know. I've seen him do better, but
for me, I thought it was a great halftime show. But I will say, you know, kudos to both, like you said, both teams, the Bengals. I do got to say, some of them plays, though, I saw a couple of face masks that the Bengals were playing a bit dirty. Yeah. They're playing a bit dirty. They came to win, and they didn't care how they were going to win. You know, they said, we're going to do face masks. If you don't call it, I can do it. But, I mean, there were a couple of
calls. But, I mean, in the end, it ended up, you know, being in their face because they kept on trying to hold at the last minute.
And to me, nobody could cover their best wide receiver. That's all it came down to. True. Cooper Kupp, number 10, you already know. You leave him open, that's it. It's a wrap. And that's basically what happened at the end of the fourth quarter with only like 3 minutes left. Agreed. He did his thing. And Stafford, congratulations on your ring. Finally, bruh. Oh, my gosh. I'm very happy for him. Congratulations. Y'all deserve all it. Around. At the same time, like Ricky, I'm glad it's over with because I need my Patriots to go next year. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So with that said, we do have to talk about this Bob Saget investigation. I think they should have an investigation and reopen it because the reports came back on the autopsy and they said it was as if he had blows to the head because of the injuries.
Like blood force trauma?
Yeah, blood force trauma. And a doctor said it was as if getting hit with a baseball bat or falling 20 to 30 feet.
Now, I don't know about you, but just randomly finding somebody over their bed, and this is what, you know, is being said on the autopsy report, that sounds like a little foul play, or they're trying to say, or nobody's trying to say, but they're trying to, I guess, come up with a scenario that explains what happened. So, you know, oh, he fell and hit his head on a headboard or the corner of something in the hotel, and I don't know. It sounds a little fishy to me.
And I mean, he could have fallen and hit himself. I mean, that's crazy because they said from the front to the back skull. You know, I had a boss, my old boss, his wife, she had an injury to the head. She had fell, and like the next day, because she had bleeding in the brain, she had an aneurysm. So it's like if you don't, I mean, sometimes a simple fall, they said, can turn into something serious. So I mean, who knows? But I would still do an investigation because like a bat to the head and like falling 20, 30 feet.
And then nothing happened, and they just found him.
And you didn't see no blood around anywhere. Like I don't know, something. What do you think, Ricky?
It's possible.
I think they need to literally dig deep on that and actually come to the terms of what caused the death, because it's a lot of things. It could be a blunt trauma that could have been to the head or something. Because like I said, for older people, when they get injuries, sometimes that can lead to more serious things on top of that. Yeah. And then on top of that, it makes them have a longer recovery compared to being younger. So it comes in a factor too. Like, they just got to get it down because it's a lot of medical terminologies about this could have happened or that could have happened and so forth. And it just need to get down.
And it's all just a mystery at this point because nobody's really going to know what the fuck happened.
And I mean, I feel for his family to get an autopsy report like that.
Or to just get a call randomly. Yeah. Oh, we found him in a hotel room. And then you see everybody speculating, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, it's drugs. Well, everybody was speculating it would be drugs. But, you know, speculations are showing that's not even what the scenario was. So, you know, shout out to his family. We love Bob Saget. And hopefully we'll get like some closure with that and some actual facts.
And know exactly what happened. If not, I mean, I think his family will always wonder. So my prayers are to them.
Well, not for us, but for the family. I mean, closure.
And I will say this: there's a shocker here, and she knows.
What's the shocker?
Betty White. I love Betty White.
Oh my goodness, that's right. Poor Betty White. They are dragging her name through the mud. Can you just let the lady rest in peace?
I mean, one of the old casting directors and producers, Joel Thorne, he used to do the casting and directing for Golden Girls. He said, and I quote, that a lot of the other actresses, y'all know, B. Author, who played Dorothy, and then
I think she was the cunt. Let's be real.
Who played, Blanche. They were saying that they called her a cunt, the C word, y'all. That they felt that she had toxic behavior, during the filming of Golden Girls. And like you said, here's my thing: people change through the years. I can't see Betty White being a cunt, but I mean, to be
honest, Trisha, I feel like maybe early on when they were doing the Golden Girls, it was the hype thing of that century at that time or something. I do believe that she probably could have been a cunt. I mean, It's for women. You know, when you get women together, they're all working together. They got to be together every day. There's going to be some arguments. There's going to be some disagreements. And for that many years. So with that being said, she could have possibly been a cunt. I think Dorothy could have been a cunt. But I know her work after that. Now, her work growing up, knowing her, she was already older. So I have watched the Golden Girls growing up. That was before, you know, we even had cable or could afford it. And I loved it. But with that being said, everything that she did after that proved to me that I don't think she could be a cunt. I don't know. Grandma's Boy, like, come on. That's one of my favorite all-time movies. Like,
I mean, in The Proposal, she was so freaking
she's hilarious and cute. And I don't know. And there's a lot of people that have worked with her over the years since then that came up, you know, and that got famous after her. And it's like, I don't hear anybody else stepping up and saying that.
But my thing is, shame on him for going on a podcast and saying that.
That's
like,
fucked up.
She's already passed away. She can't defend herself, obviously. Neither can the other women because they've passed.
Yeah.
So it's like, none of them can come and say, hey, you know, B. Author can't be like, I never said that because she's not here. So it's like,
let's quit speaking for the people that are R.I.P. guys.
Let them, I mean, let her rest in peace, okay? If she was a cunt, she was a cunt. You're probably a cunt too, sir. You know what I mean? So just let them rest in peace. Let them live their life, their best life.
In heaven or whatever you believe.
However, like Phoebe said from Friends, my grandma's in hell. Like, you know, when I look down on her, I'll smile.
Wherever you went after death. Let's just leave them be, guys. What do you think, Ricky? Leave it be?
What do you think? Can you see Betty White being a cunt, Ricky?
I mean, I can't say nothing because I never heard any rumors about it. But when famous people, it could be anybody. It doesn't matter. It could be anybody in the world. Don't try to drag up stuff that's so old that's been already dealt with when they was alive, and then trying to bring it up to try to bring attention when they're not here.
Yeah,
that's my thing about that, because that happened with Michael Jackson, that happened with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
like
it all comes out.
But still, that's just me. Like I won't do that.
Yeah, that annoyed me with Kobe Bryant because Rachel Wood came, and honestly, I don't care for Rachel Wood and her acting, but she came out when he passed and had a little tweet and everybody attacked her. And I'm glad they did, talking about rape allegations. First off, that has no relevance to what is in the news right now. And why are you bringing up something like that to his family who is already suffering because they lost not just their dad, but their sister? And you're going to go and say something so insensitive like that. And then she came and apologized. Okay, but the damage is done.
Yeah.
You already spoke out of line. And you don't know when it comes to allegations. You don't know what is right. You don't know what is wrong. I feel for celebrities at times, for certain celebrities, because it's like they get taken advantage of sometimes. I feel like they can't help but pay people off because they know like shit. Like even if they didn't do something, let's say they're innocent, but they still have no choice because it's your word against mine. And if they already were known for clubbing and known for partying and doing drugs, it's like who they're going to believe, you or me? Because you're the one that's out there. You're on TMZ. You're on People. You're on every other magazine. So they're going to believe me that you did this.
And then it's easy to get canceled nowadays.
I mean,
let's be real.
Look at Kevin Hart. He didn't get to do the Oscars because it's something from like 12 years ago. And it's like, my goodness. That's why I love Dave Chappelle as a comedian. As an upcomer learning, Dave Chappelle's one of my favorites because he just don't give a shit.
Which, by the way, guys, she did awesome on her comedy. I won't say debut because she's done it a couple times, but it was great. The crowd was awesome and she did great. So if you're ever in Houston when Trisha is on the stage again, we will let you guys know to come out and see both of us. I'm always in the stands, but she's the one who's on the stage. And
guys, we have a good time. Everybody has fun. All the other comedians did so great. And it was good learning from the main comedian, Andy. Like he's wonderful. He's older, but he's hilarious.
Oh, I watched him on AGT when he was on that season. I love AGT, so I watched that. Girl, all I do is watch TV.
Hey, he was like, and he did it. He did so good, and it's good to learn from the other MC Lotto. Shout out to her. Roy, shout out to him.
She was hilarious.
She was hilarious.
Yeah, she was.
And shout out to Lauren as well. She did great. So, and my boy Koo and friends. Shout out to my boy Koo. Been my friend for 7 years now. He's the one that encouraged me to do it. So, guys, if you have a goal or dreams, it don't matter how old you are, where you from, you can do it. That's my encouragement to y'all.
All right. So let's get to this topic.
Yes. This hot shout out to my boy Ricky, of course, who shows so much love to us.
So my question is, all right, who is your top 5 comedian? That's what I want to know.
Top 5?
Is this just a question for
At least
Trisha
top
or
5.
both of us?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Okay. For me, my top 5 is, well, number 1 for me. Well, it's kind of hard, but Eddie Murphy's one of my favorites. Absolutely love Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor is another one. I loved his stand up. Bob Saget, loved his stand up. Robin Williams. You know, woman wise, Cara Burnett, always for me.
Dang, she took it back to the old school.
Very old
I'm
school.
Old food.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
You know, Cara Burnett, I grew up watching the Cara Burnett show. And I absolutely loved her. Especially when she did the mama's character, you know, when she was playing the daughter. Oh, mama! Like so dramatic and stuff. So for me, it's so hard to choose like one person, because then I love Dave Chappelle too and Kevin Hart. But for me, it was them 5 who really inspired me to, you know, pursue wanting to make people laugh and stuff. And then like George Lopez, seeing another Latino out there really going after it. Angela Johnson, shout out to her, being a Latina and pursuing her dreams and goals of making people laugh. That inspired me, looking at my skin thinking I could do this too.
I feel like I'm more of a new age comedy person, so Kevin Hart's one of my tops, obviously. You have, who did you say? You said Eddie Murphy.
Yes, Eddie Murphy.
And Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's one of my favorites.
Richard Pryor.
And shout out to him for always standing up for what he believes in. You know what I mean? Women wise, I mean, I don't know. There's so many people. I like Amy Schumer. She's hilarious. She makes fun of her weight, and I like that about her. So, I mean, anybody that can make fun of themselves, that's always a good thing. Kevin Hart always makes fun of his little short ass. I mean.
What about you, Ricky? Who are your top 5?
Let's put it like this. Of course, everybody already agreed. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle. Majority of the cast members too from In Living Color, because the reason why I said that is because them working together it made a whole new dynamic of a comedy show on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Martin though. Shout out to Martin Lawrence. Can't forget Martin Lawrence. Yeah. That Shanae character,
girl, every character, Butterman from the Fifth Flow, like, let's be real.
Little Roscoe,
Little Roscoe always trying to get me in that door. Like, girl, I grew up on Martin Lawrence.
We all grew up with him.
She's so crazy. Shout out to his stand up. I mean, smoking that weed. I mean,
he's on the top 10 for me, most definitely. Like,
there's so many though. There's so many.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many comics that are so good, but like you said, I mean, for me, Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, just think about it, back then, like they were doing stuff that you wouldn't think that men of color would be able to do back then, and they did it, and I loved it because they broke all barriers back then, you know. Bill Murray's another one I love, absolutely love, but his humor is so different than other people's humor. Yeah. So it's like each of these comedians I learned different things from, you know, but I go up there and I'm myself. My natural, silly, crazy, goofy self. And I like that you can be a comedian and talk about how you grew up and talk about, you know, being mixed with Irish and Latin and everybody's having a good time laughing because there's some Irish and Latino people out there.
I mean, let's be real. Everybody has a little of something.
I can see Asian, Ricky. You're Blasian.
No, you're Blasian. Ricky, are you Blasian? You got a little Asian? You probably got 3%. It shows. It shows.
Yeah, my thing is too, like I said, I like to put Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and Dave Chappelle in the same category a little bit because they're the type they actually write materials and say stuff that they believe in, and on top of that, it was like, look, this might hurt you, but you're gonna learn some things and stuff. Like Dave Chappelle's last stand up when he was telling this story, and everybody was giving him a lot of backlash and stuff. But I'm like, yo, like, he's one of the people that's like Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. He's like he's cut from the same cloth from them.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's the thing about that. So I kind of put them 3 right there in their little area of, hey, we're super raw and stuff, and we're gonna say what we're gonna say, and you guys gonna hear us. Yeah. So you got some of these other ones that's like, oh, let me kind of play it safe and then kind of step over here. That's fine. It's fine, but you know, you're still funny. but you got those types that's they put
And
You
your
learn
on just
something
like,
at the end of the
And
day.
Tiffany Haddish, I love her. I love Tiffany
Oh
Haddish.
yeah,
She's
shout out to
another one
Tiffany
of
Haddish.
she's
hilarious.
another one of the comics that I love, and I love her story of how she came from nothing to something, And Taraji B. Henson is another one I love. I know she's an actress, but to me, she's a comedian too because she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's funny.
Like
she's one of those natural funny people.
yeah, naturally. Like I could see us hanging out with her at the bar and just chilling, having a good old time and shit. Like
probably people watching because I love to do that. Boy, I do that all day, every day.
that's what I'm saying. I could go to karaoke with her and we probably sing a couple of songs and stuff. Sing some Mary J. Blige and stuff. Don't play. So yeah, I Ricky, I think that's awesome that these comedians are able to do that. I just feel bad that nowadays, like, you got to watch what you say. Like even on stage, I had to change a part of my segment because it's like you can't offend people nowadays. You have to be careful, very, very careful. And it's frustrating sometimes, especially when you're starting up in comedy, to be like, shit, I gotta watch what I fucking say. Like, I can't say this.
And in comedy, out of all things, you're like, my goodness.
I know with comedy, you think you should be able to say whatever you want to say. You should be able to, make people laugh. But then it's like, oh, I don't want to get canceled. Oh, I don't want to get canceled before I start.
Yeah,
like shit.
I mean, Joe Rogan was just going through that last week, so it's definitely a thin line. There's some things, that you just don't cross. But let's go ahead and get into our topic for today.
Yes, our hot topic, you guys.
So, Trisha, the question is, do we tell our friends what they want to hear or what they need to hear? And it could be pretty much in any situation. But do you sugarcoat stuff for your friends, your loved ones, brother, sister, spouse, or do you tell them like it is?
You tell them like it is.
Without worrying about a backlash.
Well, for me, in my life, which I like to tell it like it is, but in a loving way, not in a way where it won't be accepted, But for me, if you're going to be in my life, I should be able to tell you, a friend tells you what you want to hear. Yeah. Some friends tell you what you want to hear, but the true real friends that are just keeping it real, like we do on this podcast, are going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
True.
And that's the kind of people I want in my life. And that is why you are in my life and Ricky's in my life. Because if I'm having a bad day or if I did something that's normally out of character, like a few weeks, you're like, hey, cuz you good? That's how it should be. Or you were having a bad day and I was like, hey, cuz you good? Same thing, Ricky.
Well, yeah, because I can tell when something is going on.
And Ricky knows the same with him. I'll be like, hey, Ricky, I know the looks on his face. He's like one of my kids. I could read like something's up. Ricky, you all right? Like, you good, bro? Because you already know. Now, the people that can't accept it are the ones, to me, that are narcissists, are the ones that feel they're above it.
Denial.
Sometimes. Like, I'll share a story. I had a friend of mine who got drunk and was saying some mean things to somebody. And I corrected him. I wasn't ugly about it. Okay. I knew he was drunk, so I had to be careful with like the way I said it. And I was like, hey, you were kind of, a little mean, out of line with her because, she wasn't trying to be difficult. The person just got mad and went all off on me. Nobody else said nothing. Nobody else defended, which is fine. I don't need nobody to defend me. I can defend myself. But I just was like, you know what? I let it go over my head. I was like, I'm not even going to get mad about it. It's not worth my time. Days passed. The person didn't apologize. Never said sorry. And to me, that speaks on a person's character. Because even if you don't feel you were wrong, at least say, look, about the way it happened last night, I'm sorry. It came off wrong. This is what I meant. And I'm sorry if you took it this way.
Or don't just act like nothing ever happened to begin with.
As you mentioned, there's people who do that.
Oh my goodness, yes. I have a friend, every time something goes down or if there's something that I'm disliking or whatever, obviously you can see the tension. She'll invite me somewhere and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get down to the bottom of this situation. And it's just like, as if nothing ever fucking happened. So for me, I feel like I have to talk things through in order to move past the situation. I can't just go a week later and then be like, the fuck?
Like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened and we ain't talk shit out. Like, if anything, as time goes by, my animosity gets worse because I'm like, how the fuck this person hasn't whatever. And I get it. Like, you should also reach out as well, which I do. But when you feel like you've been wrong, sometimes you don't want to reach out. You're hurt. And that's the whole reason to talk shit through. But I do have friends that just go the next day like nothing fucking happened. No sorries are done. Like, even if you feel like you said, say sorry about the situation, even if you don't think that you're sorry about what you said, because everybody has their own opinions. But like, let's be real, we can still, as grown people and friends or spouses or whoever, apologize for, you know, just even having that whole conversation or situation happen. So I don't know.
You know, even with some families, sometimes you have to be careful and cut ties, because when you are either always being used or they're always making you feel like you're in the wrong but never admit to when they're wrong,
Yeah.
that's toxic. That's not healthy. So it's like sometimes you have to remove yourself out of that situation just so you know you're not going to get angry.
Yeah.
I've done it a bunch of times with family where I wanted to go the fuck off. Like, I swear I wanted to go full on Latina because I was like, are you kidding? Oh, yeah. And I had to suck up.
Girl, that's me when I'm mad.
Oh,
you
already
don't
know.
understand what is coming out of my mouth. And I'm not even speaking Spanish.
And she knows because I walked away. Instead of going off on that family member, I said, you know what? It's not worth it. Because I know if she's gonna say something smart, I'm gonna wind up knocking her the fuck out. So let me just go ahead and leave.
Yeah, let's keep you out of jail, please.
Yeah,
no,
so I said, let's
not
get
lead
upset.
to violence, please.
Let me not get upset, and let me get myself out of that situation and leave. And that's what I did, and I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
That I let it go in one ear, out the other, and didn't even let it bother me.
Well, I think in my older days now, if there's things that me and somebody that's in my life can't work out, whether it's a friend or anything, I'm kind of like, let's try to work it out. If it doesn't work, I mean, sayonara, because one, I don't want to waste my time. Secondly, if there's somebody that's in your life that's either toxic or just, you know, you guys are, you know, you're taking your separate routes or you're changing in different ways, it's healthier for you because you're just going to keep on being the one that's getting hurt.
I agree.
Especially when you want to tell your friends what it is, when they're asking you your fucking opinion sometimes, and then they just don't, they're mad at you because you gave them the truth and they didn't want to fucking hear it.
Ricky?
Yeah, all that's facts because for me, for what I have going on and everything I'm building, it's like if people don't want to be a part of it and help build on that, then I'm just going to remove myself. Exactly. Because I'm just not going to have people just anchor me down on stuff that they want to do something totally different and expect they want everything from you in return.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
There's no there's just always give and take, and there's no actual like give or take.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a give and take. It's the same thing like being in a relationship too. Like how it's like you can't sit there and say you want everything else, but then you want someone to do everything for you. But when you be like, hey, can you help me with something? And then they be like, oh, I'll figure it out. You're on your own.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Why do I always feel like I'm alone in my friendships? Like I'm always giving.
I've told her about that.
When I'm there, I need somebody there for me. Nobody fucking call, like nobody will answer the phone. That's like when I got the boot on my car this weekend. When I went to your comedy thing, I thought, guys, this is why I don't go downtown Houston that often. I'm out towards Cypress area. It takes 40 minutes to get fucking into Midtown, downtown area. First off, then if you're drinking, nobody's trying to drink and drive or take a $60 Uber back home. Because believe me, it gets pricey when you're that fucking far out. Houston's big. But with that being said, I got my boot on my car. Of course, you know, made it home the next day. Mind you guys, this was the first time I had a boot. I didn't know I was supposed to call right then and there and pay the fine, and they would have taken it off in 20 minutes. I didn't know that. I went home like as if my car got towed, waiting for 7 o'clock, trying to call somebody. And anyway, the point is I called everybody that morning. Mind you, it was Sunday and it was Superbowl Sunday, but like nobody answered. Nobody was there for me. And I'm just like, everybody that I'm always there for, nobody can fucking take me to go pick up my car. So guess who fucking brought me?
Of course.
This one right here
got
up, drove me back 40 minutes downtown and waited with me until the boot was taken off my car. So thank you for that. I love you. You're always there for me. But I mean, why aren't they around when you need them?
That's what I'm saying. That's when I told her sometimes you got to watch your relationships with certain friends because you're always there for them. And I would tell her you're always there for that person. You need to see. I'm not saying to be selfish. No, not any, because there's not a selfish bone in any parts of our body. But
Yeah.
it comes to a point when it's enough is enough. You know, if the person can't do somewhat of the same in return, then clearly it's a one-based friendship and not a two-way street. When it should be both people. You know, so for me, it's a part of learning. You learn about life, you learn about people, even about family. You know, I have family who are like, you don't come around, you don't we haven't heard from you. Well, it works both ways. The phone works both ways. Why should I just call you, or why should I just bring my kids to see you? You know where I live. You can come see me and my kids. You can call me. You know my number. You use it when you want to gossip. So like, why can't you use it to say, hey, how are you doing?
Shots fired. Bang, bang, bang,
I'm
bang,
just
bang.
saying, to be at Choose Them All side, you'll call me. I saw your photo on Facebook. Did you have a comedy show? Oh yeah, you'll be quick to call me and ask, but what about how I'm doing?
I didn't see you there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I always get, hi, I haven't heard from you. So this is what's going on in my life, and I'm reading a paragraph of a fucking, and I'm just like, okay, not anywhere in there did it say, how are you doing? How have you been? And I'm just like, well, me. So yeah, telling your friends what they want to hear and not what's actually the real deal. That's not being a true friend. Let's just.
Yeah, when you don't tell them what they need to hear. Instead, you agree with them. Yeah, go ahead, cheat on your husband. That's fine. Like, come on. I never judge people. I never judge people, but I always keep it real. And I tell my friends, if you're not happy in a marriage, don't be in it.
Yeah.
Well, we have kids and this and that. You're making it worse. Like, just be single.
Yeah.
And just do your thing and let him do his. I know it's cheaper to keep her. Okay,
I mean,
I get that.
if you can go out and cheat, then you can go out and get a fucking divorce. Because if you're not willing to work on your marriage and you know that you have issues that you need to work on, because let's be real, what does your fucking vow say? Through rich or through poor, through sickness, through health, through anything. So these people just don't try hard enough sometimes. But this is somebody that hasn't been married. So don't hate me for this, but some people don't try hard enough, and then there's people that they're out of love, whatever, but don't go out and do things that you would do as a single person. Just get the divorce, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
just get the divorce.
Do it the right way, you know. And for me, like, also friends, like I said, I tell them not what they want to hear, what they need to hear. I had a friend get mad at me a few months ago because she was saying about her you know, baby daddy, that he wanted to see the baby with the new girlfriend and she wasn't gonna let him see him. And I said, with all due respect, that shit don't matter. That's his kid. He wants to see his kid. At least he wants to be in his kid's life.
Let him see his
What
child.
the fuck does it matter that he has a new girlfriend? She got pissed. Well, you don't understand it. I said, no, you don't understand. It's not about you. It's about your kid.
Yeah.
It's about your kid.
Well, Trisha, I feel like if somebody gets mad about it, you know, maybe they'll heed your advice in the future. But if they get mad and they don't want nothing to do with you, that wasn't a real friend to begin with. And if they come around after the fact and say, hey, guess what? I see what you were talking about. And I'm sorry for getting mad at you because now I see. It took me some time. Then that's an actual, okay, well, you know what? I see that. Let's work on our friendship. I'll just use it in
my stand-up.
No, look at Ricky over here laughing. What, Ricky? Let me know something. Say it.
It's funny. It's funny that y'all just said that because that happened to me too. My ex-wife and my freaking ex-girlfriend that I had my kids with, and I'm just like, okay, but you so quick to go jump to another man and have a man around my kid,
and you're just supposed to be okay with it, exactly.
And I'm like, hold up. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, bro, I cannot. Like, you can't make this up. You really cannot make this up.
No, you can't.
It's like, yo, we're not together no more. Deal with it. I'm here for my kid. Because even when I lived in Idaho, I legit, after I got divorced, I stayed there. I stayed there for 12 years.
Oof.
And my ex-wife, she was that kind of person. So I was like, all right, I can't do nothing about this now. Like, all right, I'm done. I can't do this. It's just put stress on me. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I'm telling you, and some men do it too. I mean, my son's father, he tried to tell me to get my son's name changed to his last name, and he had just saw his son 2 times in 2 years. I'm gonna need him to have my last name.
Oh, girl, my brother's baby mama's like that. We don't know.
It's like, I'm gonna need you to be consistent and see your son more than just twice a year. And you want to get his name changed?
And he needs to, and you need to change his name to you. Just because the DNA says he is your child does not mean that you deserve for him to change his name to your last name because you are a non-present father. Hell the fuck no. Exactly. Guess what? Anybody, if I don't get married and I have a baby, my child's last name is going to be just like my brother's. My mom's maiden name. Because let me tell you about that. I'm not repping no Hinojosa. Exactly. Shit, I'm waiting to change my name. Somebody just put a ring on it so I could change my name now. Like, let's be real. My dad has not been in my life since forever. So what's the fucking point? I don't even like the name has no meaning to me.
Exactly.
You know, it has no meaning to me.
And so, my son already calls himself Nelson. I'm Jackson Nelson.
Yeah.
So why are we going to change it up?
We're going to change it up. I said,
but to me, it's like, how can you ask and demand something, but you're not there being a father to
or you're being a hypocrite about it. You're doing the same thing.
Yeah. And I don't want no man trying to tell my kid what to do. I'm like,
sir.
Boy, bye.
Boy, bye, Felipe. Let's be real. My brother's baby mama does the same thing. It's always when she could talk to every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street. Okay? But when it comes to my brother talking to somebody, he won't see his kids for a minute because she won't allow it. And my brother's not the type that will bring a chick around his kids like that. You know, Philip. Philip's a very introverted type of person. So for me, I'm just like, the fuck? Really? Really?
And my brother's so handsome. I had so many friends who liked him.
Why is it that you can do, but he can't do?
That's what I'm saying. And then you tell them now what they want to hear, what they need to hear, and they get mad at you. Why are you mad at me when I'm telling you the truth?
I'm just going to say that, but we'll leave you guys with that. Check us out because we are doing a Valentine's Day show, guys. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be some quizzes. There's going to be some questions. There's going to be some relationship talk. So we need you to listen to our next podcast.
Yes.
Yes, and everything today. If you have any comments, any questions, obviously hit us up through our account.
And I like how she laughed about that. No, but just hit us up, guys. We will see you next time on Just Keeping It Real.
Just Keeping It Real.
Remember, do not let friends make you tell them what they want you to tell them. You tell them like it is. That's what we're saying. Because we're always keeping it real.